Welcome back in, ERB sports fans. Hope you guys are having a great day out there. I wanted to give a real quick update on what I think will happen in the second round of the playoffs for the NBA. I know yesterday was very bittersweet. The Kings lost to the Warriors. Steph Curry put on an absolutely epic performance. Two of my favorite players, Steph Curry and De'Aaron Fox, going back, at it head to head. Somebody had to win, somebody had to lose. Steph Curry put on a performance for the ages in Game 7, set an NBA record, 50 points in a Game 7. Absolutely phenomenal. As you guys know who are fans of the channel, you know we are huge Steph Curry fans. I almost says hugs, mumbling there. We're huge Steph Curry fans, and we are also huge De'Aaron Fox fans. So from a card perspective, I'm happy we have Curry. We'll see how they do in the second round against the Lakers. They're definitely not as strong as they were a couple years ago, but you can tell that they're still gamers. You never count out the champions, and we'll see how far they go. Anyway, guys, let's give a real quick recap of what happened in the first round and give you guys a setup of the second round. So tonight we have the Philadelphia 76ers and Boston Celtics. They both took care of business in the first round. Joel Embiid sitting out in the first game here. I think, card-wise, there's sort of a lot of baked in goodness across the board on both of these teams, whether it be Embiid or Harden, Tyrese Maxey for the Philadelphia 76ers. Actually got a Tobias Harris auto last year at the National, out of National Treasures. If they go deep, maybe I'll try and move off that card. We'll see. But I don't have any Embiid. I don't have any James Harden. I have very little Tyrese Maxey. I think I have one of his silver prisms. It's probably not a bad card. I should probably dig that out and send it in to grade it. But I've been pretty lazy on that. On the other side of the ball, Boston Celtics, Jaylen Brown and Jason Tatum, pretty much the class of the Boston Celtics. They're going to be there for quite some time if that team stays together, if that core stays together. I don't know how they keep doing it. They keep doing it year over year, and it's definitely fun to watch. I will probably say that Boston's going to win that series. I think Boston moves to the Eastern Conference Finals. On the other side of the bracket for the East, now you have the New York Knicks and the Miami Heat. Miami Heat were a surprise, taking out the Bucks and Giannis in round one. Who could have seen that coming? As a Giannis fan, as a Bucks fan, I didn't see it coming. But once Giannis went down and they were down 3-1, I was like, oh boy, here we go. And Giannis, being a great leader like he is, he said it really best when they lost and they were doing the post-game press conference, and they asked him if the season was a failure, and he says, there is no failure in sports, and, really just kind of championing that never die attitude, that resiliency that's really important for anybody in sports who aspires to be great. Even in terms of setbacks, don't ever let it get you down. Even my own son goes through that when it comes to his running. The kid loves to run. He loves to run track. He loves to run cross country. It's his true passion. You can tell it. And he struggled last year. And, there were times when I would get down on him and shame on me because Giannis, you said it best, man. There is no failure in sports. You are always building towards something, even when things don't go your way. And, that definitely will be something that I'll take forward to this coming cross-country season now that my son will be a senior. So getting back to the NBA and what I think will happen there, the Heat took care of business in round one, but Jimmy Butler turned his ankle at the tail end of that game. If the Heat have a banged-up Jimmy Butler, I don't know that they win in that series. Jimmy Butler, though, he's a game changer when it comes to the depth that they have. So I'm going to go ahead and probably say that the Knicks come back in that series and take care of business in probably 6 games. But we'll have to wait and see how that one plays out. So I think you're going to see the Celtics and the Knicks go head-to-head in the Eastern Conference Finals. And from a card perspective, probably Jason Tatum, Jaylen Brown, Jalen Brunson, Emmanuel Quickley, maybe even RJ Barrett. We'll see who shines for the Knicks when it comes to the playoffs here. On the western side of the bracket, it's pretty wide open. I mean, any of these 4 teams could win. I'd hate to see any of them get eliminated. There's, except maybe the Lakers. I just don't like the Lakers. But you have the Suns and the Nuggets going at it tonight in Game 2. That is definitely going to be one to watch and see how that one turns out. If that series does not even up a game apiece, I don't know. The Suns just, I think they're going to struggle to win that series. So they probably are in a must win situation tonight. From a hobby perspective, Durant, Booker, Paul, Ayton, lot of things to love there from a card perspective. I think if Booker has a deep playoff run in him, his card prices will spike. Not too much for Ayton, a little bit for Durant. He's kind of on a comeback tour. He needs to get back on good graces with the sports card hobby community. And Chris Paul, he is what he is. He's had so many chances. He's been right there. Just never really delivered. He's a good overall player. He's more like a John Stockton than anything. And, the history books will show in the long run that Chris Paul was a really good special talent. But there definitely will be years there where it's sort of coulda, shoulda, woulda. So we'll see what happens in that series. On the Nuggets side, kind of covering the bases on the sports cards there. If Jamal Murray keeps playing great like he has been, his card prices could definitely spike a lot. Jokic, I'm going to say Jokic. I almost said the Joker and Jokic. I tried to combine them, but Jokic is already going to be a front runner for MVP for the years to come, and he does need to win championships for his card prices to solidify and spike, much like Giannis did when he was around that age. The other guys on that team, Michael Porter Jr. was a hobby darling during the bubble. I just don't think you're ever going to see his card prices spike again. And then Aaron Gordon, these guys are just good role players. They're not superstars. They're not game changers, and that's okay. But I don't expect their card prices to spike in the playoffs here. So, and then the last series, this one again is bittersweet because the Kings lost, but the Golden State Warriors going up against the Los Angeles Lakers. Could this be LeBron's last hurrah? He's really getting up there in age. We'll definitely have to see how that one plays out. Overall, I think this series should be pretty competitive, although I think the Warriors are going to be very tired. If they don't have a lot of extra rest days in this series, they play first game tomorrow night. That seems like a very quick turnaround from game 7 to go in game 1. Although they didn't have to travel very far because they were already in Sacramento, so they just drove back to the Bay Area, and they'll be ready to go tomorrow. And the Lakers have had quite a few days off against the Grizzlies as they took care of business against Ja Morant quite handily. So, in that series, I think it's probably going to be unpopular, but I think the Warriors are going to win. I think they're going to win in 6 or 7 games. Probably more like 6. I think they're going to win in 6, and then you're going to see the Nuggets break through here. So I think you're going to see the Warriors against the Nuggets in the Western Conference Finals, and I think you're going to see the Celtics against the Knicks in the Eastern Conference Finals. Stay tuned for another hobby update when it comes to the NBA. I will do that as this series closes out and we get into the conference finals, and let you guys know who I think is riding all the way to the championship this year. I didn't place my bet yet. The one team that I did, I already lost. I had the Bucks. Oh well, but I'm not betting on anybody yet until I have a very, very firm lean, and I think that team will emerge in this round of the playoffs. So we'll leave it there, guys. Thanks again for watching. Like, subscribe, share, comment down below. Appreciate all your feedback. I always try to answer every comment, and I will see you in the next video. Have a great night, everybody.